What's going on, chat? Just give us a minute here and we'll be ready to go. All right, boys and girls, it is time to start. Here we go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
1. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the episode of the Knights of Teleria podcast. This is episode number 107. We've got a lot of things to talk about today. We're going to be talking about the new fusion, how Plarium is introducing more and more in power creep. We're going to talk about how players in the United States actually get a discount for playing Raid Shadow Legends compared to everywhere else in the world. And then we're going to talk about everybody's favorite thing this week, the sale of Basalts. But before we get into that, let me introduce my co-host for today's podcast. In the top little red box, representing our $14 free-to-play content creator community, it is Mr. Final Kenpachi. Ken, what is going on, brother? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm a little bit tired, though. There was a concert yesterday, and I'm back home like 1 a.m., I think. I tried tequila first time. I don't know how you guys drinking that shit.
Tequila? You tried tequila?
You can be alcoholic, man. Bro, that's very, like, heavy, dude. Like, it's not even tasty. I prefer Coca-Cola. Like, I don't know how you guys drinking that. Next time I'm going to try whiskey. Okay, next time I'm going to try whiskey. I'm saving money for that.
You're going to hit that worse.
If I tell you what to drink, you need to, when you start drinking, listen, when I was younger, I could drink anything and everything because my liver and my body could understand it. As you get older, you need the finer things in life. So if you are going to drink whiskey, especially, I would say go drink Johnny Walker Blue Label. It's about, in the States, it's about...
Sounds like pay to get, bro. I don't know. Sounds like very expensive.
just a little bit. I mean, a bottle in the States is about $250, $300. But it is definitely something to have. Continue. I'm sorry.
It'll cost you 3 Basalt packs.
Oh boy. We are going to talk about that, right? Okay. I want to talk about that. Besides that, I'm doing good, man. Glad to be there with you guys on the podcast. I hope you guys also doing well. Hello, everybody.
Awesome. Next up, all the way from Texas, the dab master himself, Mr. Zero Brew. What's going on, Zero?
What's going on? I'm glad to be here wearing a Texas shirt, actually. Yeah, glad to be here. As always, much love. And I'm behind on the news, so this would be a good one for me to get caught up on what actually is going on. Because yesterday was football day. I did pull on Friday, got some voids, and went down that route and got Bell the Ringer. So no Leo. Also, during that event, because I pulled on other people's accounts too, 3 legendaries were pulled. 10x is a scam. I'll just say that at this point, even for voids, 10x is a scam. Yeah.
Phoenix was real, but I think it was different champion because I pulled 2 different accounts back to back. Both of them got Yumeko. I think they accidentally make Yumeko Phoenix instead of the Leonardo. Same faction. Possible, so.
Oh, might have been.
Let's hear from chat. Chat, do you guys think the 10Xs are real or they're a scam? Because I pulled 124 voids, and I could tell you I was clearly emotionally damaged, but then I'm seeing in the comments down below, like, hey, 12 shards, I got 2 legendaries, I got an Odin and a Leo, and I'm like, mother, Moving on to our live arena top 100 player, Mr. Gissel Gaming. Gissel, what's going on, brother? How are you?
Doing great, man. I too pulled into my Void Mercy looking to get the Leo, and I got a Taros. My second. It's my second. So it's actually probably good for like Siege and such. So I wasn't thrilled, but I'm not mad, I guess. Yeah. So
You have Duke Marichka?
I don't. But
Okay.
I'll probably run something like I have a 6-star Raglan that had been just kind of chilling for the buff, so
She's
I
very
might
good.
run Raglan, Marichka, double tar, something like that.
Do you have Aislinn?
I don't. I would love an Aislinn.
Now,
I would
that's-
love any other Unity champ other than Vizug, who's the worst one, and that's the only one I have.
All right.
Sucks.
All right. Actually, I've been quite interested to try out the Raglan with like a Taurus Marichka Aislinn composition.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd
be real
because she's
nice.
got a 2-turn revive. I think that would be awesome.
I'd be sick.
Moving on.
I can actually pull that off, so I might do that.
I've been waiting for the video, bro. You said you have them. I've been waiting for the video.
I guess it's
want to see.
time.
I want to see. Is it worth pulling my voids on like a 10 or 15x Raglan? Moving on to our favorite late night endgame low spend streamer, Mr. MXPJE. PJ, what's going on, sir? How are you?
Doing good. Just wrapping up these events in Raid. We got the Titan event coming to a close soon. Fusion starting. I crafted some more relics. Tried for some more mythicals. I did 2 more 100 pulls. Still nothing. So that stinks. I went back to my YouTube and I tried to check other videos. I did relic craftings. I think I'm at 15 plus full crafts with no mythical. So
Jesus,
that's fun. Yeah, I think they should be adding a mercy to that or something because it's getting ridiculous. And yeah, besides that, going good. Happy to be here. Talk with you guys about Raid. Should be a good one.
Awesome. Yeah, I think, chat, would you guys disagree that we need a mercy system for the relics? Is it about time that they add that? I mean, I think after a certain amount of legendaries, we should be able to pull a mythical one, right? We can't all just be like Sus this week, who got himself 2 of the strongest mythical relics. He got himself a Volcadric Heart, and he got a Stormcaller back to back, which is just absolutely insane. I don't think after that you need many more mythical relics, right? And last but not least, moving on to the guy who's starting to look a little more like me, trying to copy me. Maybe not with the beard. His beard's a little more fuller and not as grayer, but definitely copying me with the boldness. Mr. King Copium King, what's going on, bro? How are you?
Yo, what's up? Glad to be here as always. At this point, I think we need a mercy system for Plarium. So
It says a mercy system for Plarium. Damn.
keep dealing with them, and maybe I get a week off.
Can you show us that little light that you got on the side over there? Because it's not catching on the camera, but
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's kind of cool right there. There you go. You got it in. I think that's kind of cool right there. That's what did you say? Your friend did it as a
Yeah, I had
3D
a
graph?
coworker. Yeah, a coworker has a little side gig making signs 3D printing. So I bit the bullet and got one from him. I'm super impressed. I'm thinking about getting some more made up. So
I could see that on my wall, maybe getting rid of the green screen behind me and putting a couple of those up. I think that'd be kind of cool.
yeah, I mean, hit me up. He's looking for business. So
yeah, maybe we might put a couple of things out there for the community as well too.
I think I'm getting a
All right, what do we think we're getting, sweetie? Go ahead, tell us. What does she think she's getting?
a sore throat,
Oh,
but that's because she wants ice cream. So
hey, she
Well,
knows how to
it's
play the
a-
game, man. She knows how to play the game.
I told her if she does my dailies, I'll think about it.
Oh, I tried that with my son. Just be careful they don't sell anything you need.
She
Didn't
pulls
work out
all the
well.
shards, dude. Like,
You know, my kids yesterday were like, Dad, can we pull some shards? Because it was my youngest daughter's birthday or it's going to be on Thursday. So we were going out for dinner yesterday. We went to Golden Corrals. And she's like, I'm sitting in the back seat with them. I got one on one side, one on the other side, and I'm squished. And they're like, Dad, can we pull some shards? I was like, all right, well, it's a 2X voids. I could let you guys each pull one. And they both absolutely got destroyed pulling me rares. And then they're like, can we pull primals? I'm like, no, and then she like starts giving me that really like, I'm gonna start crying. And I was like, shit. So I ended up having to let them pull primals. Still got me absolutely crap. I was like, you guys suck right now. Pulling like mythicals on my alt accounts, but nothing on my main. Anyways.
priorities.
all right. Right? You know? Parenting over raid. Well, I feel like raid might be at the point where it needs to start winning a little more. Let's talk about the big elephant in the room this week, and it's going to be the Basalt sale, right? These came out this week, and I mean, I think myself and Zero had a pretty in-depth conversation about what the next thing could be coming to be sold in raid, because again, not a lot of us are going to be buying as much energy, because correct me if I'm wrong, but when was the last time you guys farmed out Spider for any sort of silver, right? It's been a while. Any of you guys been farming Spider for silver lately? Ken?
I mean, bro, like the game doesn't give me like empty time. Like there's always something. There is a
Okay.
2 tournaments starting in the one single day, so no.
Okay. Well, I mean, do you find your account lacking silver now? Are you finding yourself
No.
lacking silver?
No.
No.
I wasn't even lacking silver even back in the day before the free gear removal, but after that, bro, I started actually buying some items in the market with the like 4 million, 8 million. I'm like, I don't need a silver anymore. So
Okay. What about you guys in chat? Are you finding yourself farming Spider because you're running low on silver for, maybe purchasing things in the shop or leveling pieces of gear up? PJ, what about you? Were you finding yourself lacking in silver prior to this?
I mean, I'm not
Or since this has been
necessarily.
going on? Since the free gear removal, sorry.
No, I haven't been lacking in silver. I've been going up slowly, but I'm still farming other areas. I disagree. I'm still buying. Like, if there's a good energy pack, I would still buy it. If there's gem packs, I'm still buying it for energy. There's still a lot of events happening right now. There's probably more events ever right now. So there's still a lot of things to use your energy in. So I kind of disagree with people not buying energy anymore.
Well, I mean, one of the main reasons before even we were buying shitty packs was because we needed silver to build champions up, and I don't think that that's a case as much anymore. Right
Yeah,
now,
but you still
like you
need-
just said, you're a little more picky about the packs that you're picking. You're looking for the really good deal energies. You're not saying, well, it's close to what I was getting, and maybe, yeah, okay, I'll buy it. Type of
No,
situation.
disagree. No, it's the same as it was before. And I'm just saying that you still need energy, not for silver, but for everything else. Yeah, you still need energy in the
Right,
game.
right. But I like I said, right now it's the specific question is: are you farming Spider to buy, to get your silver type of situation?
If I need some, yeah. I mean, I'm not super low. I'm at like 76 million. I'm in an okay spot, but if I need to, I'll farm some. I still need to farm Spider for other areas, but I guess for specifically silver, no.
Okay. Gessel, what about yourself?
Uh, I don't Not really. Like, I'll hold off like a dungeon divers run and do like extra, like forest spider event and do extra spider because I know I'll net more silver, like situations like that. But I don't like explicitly run spider just for silver. I don't think I've ever done that, honestly.
Okay.
I kind of feel like, I don't know, as long as you're doing the fusions, you kind of can maintain, you kind of get the amount of silver you need to do the enhancement events, like by doing the dungeon diver events.
Okay.
So my silver always seems to stay right around 20 million. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. King, what about yourself?
I'm definitely still running spider. Not as much as I was, but now I'm kind of just playing catch up with getting all my gear rolled up. Those pieces that I'm kind of was iffy about, but I'm starting to feel a lot more improvement on my gear selection when I'm building champs and getting those, my best sets put together in the presets and everything like that to swap them around.
Okay. And I mean, I don't know if I really need to ask Zero because he's still sitting on a billion silver. Silver for him is not a problem.
Well, I will say I noticed. I don't know. A couple months back, I lost like 200 million silver. Like I don't know what was going on, or I used 200 million silver, so I got down to like 600 something million, and instantly, yeah, I'm back. I never hit the 1 billion mark until they changed this. So they've changed it. I'm at the 1 billion mark now. So it's wild how much it's changed. And I did do a big gear cleanse. I sold about 368 epic pieces of gear. So that's another reason.
Where do you find the time, man, to make all that silver?
Well, I just happen to keep a nice big buffer. I think I did do like a big run back in the day on Spider and got myself up to like 400 or 500. But I never did the gear swaps, so that's part of my problem too. Is I'm a hoarder.
Yeah. So I mean, for myself, I've been sitting between 75 to 86 million, 85 million, very, very comfortably. Not really having to worry about do I need to farm to get more. So with the free gear removal, we were definitely expected to get something else to be monetized and very heavily. So Plarium came out with the, I guess, solution to that, which was selling the basalts. Now, let's start off with the big question from everybody. How many of you guys out in chat have purchased the basalts, whether it was the small pack, standard, premium, or deluxe? I'm curious to see. I know there was definitely a lot of people who DM'd me who complained about it, but then actually bought them as well. So, it was kind of one of those things where it's like, do you really have the right to complain if you're going to buy them? That said, let's see.
They are my favorite.
They're your favorite because they keep you free to play?
I mean,
Because it's ironic. Because I complain, but then still buy it.
Let's start off with Ken first. Ken, did you buy any of these?
no.
Okay. Gestel?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. PJ?
Not yet. I was thinking about it. I know a lot of people bought them. I didn't do it this time, but in the future I might.
Okay. Zero?
No, and I have a weird take on this. I'm to the point where it's like they've made it so hard to make a relic relevant that if they're just going to make it pay to make them relevant, then I think I'm out on all that. I'm just gonna let the Kraken's power creep over me and just deal with what I got to deal with. Is kind of where I'm at.
Okay. Modern Thinker's like, for the low price of $180, you can get yourself 36 4-star basalts, which is crazy. Actually, that's only $180 US for US player base. Did you guys know that in Europe or other places in the world, they're paying 20 to 30, some places are paying almost 40% more on the price on these packs, right? King, what about you? Did you buy these? I know you did. I know you had to. You love this stuff.
Did I buy these?
Yeah, come on. You know you did.
Absolutely, no, I didn't.
Okay. So I mean, here's the thing. With the introduction of the relics, we definitely were complaining of a way to level up the relics. Plarium heard us. They said, hey, we're going to add some in Centranos. We're going to add some in live arena tournaments or the live arena seasons. We're going to add some in a trial. And that was great. I don't think anyone of us here would say it was a bad idea or anything horrible about it, right? I think a lot of the people were really excited because now it made Centranos much more appealing to be able to spend the time in. You know, I was starting to think of teams that I could use to try to target that Basalt, so which meant spending more time on my account to try to figure out a better team that I could do max damage, along with being able to get that 4-star Basalt. You know, I was like, you know what, cool. I'll start doing live arena more. Not that I wasn't already doing it, but I'll start doing it a little bit more, right? Putting a little more emphasis. But then they do this. Then they do this and they say, okay, guys, well, you know those 4-star Basalts that we're giving you once a month? Well, you could just buy them for $20, which for some players, you know, on the low end of the spectrum, $20, pretty cheap thing, right? It's not for everybody's taste, but let's start off, I guess, with the main question, which is going to be, are you happy or upset that they're selling these Basalts? Let's start off with Ken first. Ken?
Me? You said?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
I thought you said someone else. I mean, I was expecting. Not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting there's gonna be like insane amount of them, you know? Because like, as you mentioned, like a couple of weeks ago, we didn't even see like any single 4-star Basalt in the game. You know, they recently put that on the Kirsty, Chimera Try, stuff like that. And shortly after, there is like lots of them here. I believe there's 51 you can purchase total. I could be wrong, though. I'm bad on the math, guys, okay? But at the same time, I mean, I see like some people start complaining about it. Like, I kind of like don't understand why they are complaining to. Like, what is it, pay to win now? I mean, game already paid.
Right. Fair point.
I mean, I was actually like made a video about that as well. But we was also talking about in the chat, and I was giving this example. Do you guys prefer full +4 6-star mythical team, but they have no relics on them, or you guys prefer full legendary similar concept with the +8 and relics on them? Which one you prefer?
That's
I
a
prefer
hard
legendary.
question.
I mean, bro, like they are. I mean, the thing is, relics are not broken than Star Sage, Theodicea, and what was this bird name? Oh my god, nice.
Nice.
They are more power grip. I've been saying that like 2 years ago when the mythical champion first time released it, because there is some fact. If you end game player the game, if you are end game player, if you play in this game for a very long time, it's still going to take you close to 2 years to trigger your Mercy from Primal Shard to get one single mythical. That's a straight pay to win. And the mythical champion, in my opinion, they are more broken than the relics. So, okay, you crying, but you are a little bit late on the crying, in my opinion. So, this thing, bro, like, okay, here is the thing. Like, my enemy is going to be a +8 in relics right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most likely, right? And for me, there is not going to be difference because the same enemies already have like +4 6-star nice. So result not going to be changed. I'm going to lose either way. So it's not affecting me.
Okay. You know, I would honestly say I'd take the +4 mythical team. Mostly, yeah, mostly because the relics, there's so much RNG in what can and cannot happen, and you can't identify what relics they're using.
Yeah.
So you're going into a battle even more blind than just knowing that, hey, you know what? He's got a +4 Sigfried, a +4 whatever. Nice. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather go into that knowing what I have than the unknowing, because the unknowing RNG is what's literally going to kill my team. But that's a fair point. PJ, what about you? Are you in favor of them selling the Basalts? Sorry.
I figured they were gonna sell them. I just didn't think they were gonna sell them this soon and this much, or like amount of basalts you could get. Uh, just I don't think Plarium really realized like the amount of power creep this added. Like I've heard so many stories. I mean, Chimera's been out for like a year. It's taken people a year to get like 1 plus 18 or a couple plus 15s, and then after this one day, they have like multiple plus 14 or multiple 18s or like 15 plus 15s, like insane amount, depending on how many you buy. So like to go from 1 to 15 in one day is like an insane amount of power creep. So I expected it, just not this soon or this amount, because we just got 4-star basalts in the game. Like that was a power creep in itself. Not everyone can get the 4-star basalts from Chimera, from Live Arena, whenever that comes in from Curse City. So let that be a power creep for a little bit and then start adding these. But yeah, I was expecting it, just not this soon or how many you can buy.
Relics have been in the game now for roughly a little over 6 months, I want to say. Right?
4-star basalts?
Relics.
Oh, yeah.
So the introduction of relics, I mean, you got players like Final Compachi that's already sitting on like 3 15 stars. I was sitting on like...
I probably can make one more.
Yeah, see, and I'm pay to win. He's free to play, and I'm only sitting on like 1. I just recently
you
got
probably
my...
little bit slicky, man. To be honest, you need to fit
they went
your
from
want,
like
bro.
118 to like 5 18s.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. That is true.
In one day versus a year. Or Chimera's been out, or Relic's been out for more than 6 months, hasn't it?
Is a bit.
It's almost been a year since Chimera.
Yeah, you're right.
Dropped.
You're right. Yeah, so it's been about a year. So I mean, them starting to monetize it is probably about where they usually release stuff, right?
By the way, PJ got a good point. Sorry to disturb you.
Go ahead.
You can continue after. Like he said, like they put that on the Chimera tribe. You know, like people was try to like maybe people wasn't pushing hard on the Chimera. They are like seeing the 4-star basalt for the first time. They are like, oh man, I need to build my team now. You know, like stuff like that. Okay, it's hard, but I have to do that for the 4-star basalt. And after that, oh, I guess I just buy. You know, like I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. There was a comment that was sent to me from the Supreme Club that basically said that was like, listen, I was kind of excited to try out some new teams for Chimera. I was kind of excited to like push for Centranos. It's like stuff that I really don't do. I get on, I do my live arena, I'm pay to win. I don't really care. But now you guys just made it where the game modes aren't really as fun for me anymore, right? So that is a very, very fair point. Gestel, are you for selling the basalts or against it?
Hey, I mean, Kapachi makes a great point, obviously, like, right? Like, is it still not more free to play or pay to win? Obviously, it's still pay to win, right? So, it's good because it's going to keep the game going because a lot of people spent money on this stuff. Obviously, bad for me because I have bad relics. Like, I don't even feel like it would benefit me a whole lot. I mean, obviously, I could do a couple wands, maybe a couple cat's eyes, but I don't really have a baller relic that this would even benefit me, I feel like. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure in the future I'll probably scoop one up if I end up getting a good relic or something. But I don't know. I'm always mixed on these things, because like I know I'm gonna use it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm kind of happy about it, but obviously I know all the Krakens already used it, and it's just like another level. It's gonna make things more difficult.
Right.
Always mixed, bro. I'm always mixed.
And I will give fair warning to everybody out there. My plan is to run 12 Wanda submissions on all of my arena champions. So when you come up against me and you bring in your Armands, I'm definitely just going to let that guy through with a 45% chance to ruin your whole run, or your whole team. But that said, let's go to King. What about you?
Am I for them selling basalts is the main body of the question?
Correct, sir.
All right. So I am for them selling basalts. I am not for them selling this many this quickly.
Okay.
I think there's 3 kind of main areas in the game I get my dopamine from. My serotonin is ripping shards, is clearing content, and from rolling gear. And I think that they kind of just stole a lot of the feeling of getting a win from me from the game, because I was excited to run Curse City and get 4-star basalts. I was one of the people that wanted to push in Chimera for a 4-star basalt, and I'm still doing that. I'm actively working towards it. I am a low spender who wishes I was a Kraken. So I see these prices and I see these packs and I'm like, man, like it pisses me off because I want to buy them because it just would make raid life so much easier. But the thing that I guess frustrates me about them releasing these packs in the way that they did was, like PJ said, is just you took people who I probably could have, we were at least equal. Maybe we don't have the same champs, but at least we don't have to worry about relics being so skewed. Broken thought, I guess, to just wrap it up is I know power creep's a thing in the game. I understand it. I respect it. Everybody plays the game their own way. People spend money. Some people don't. I just wish that they weren't making it so that every aspect of the game.
Okay. Zero Brew, what about yourself?
Yeah, so I got some mixed thoughts on just all this in general. First of all, I kind of looked at it as, all right, so this is going to take you up from a plus 12 to a plus 15 wand, for example, and that's going to give you a whole 5% extra chance of reflecting whatever.
No.
So a part of
I
me,
believe it's higher than that.
nope, it's 5%. Each level is 5%.
Right,
Now, if you
okay,
go
you're
to
right,
the
you're right,
next
you're right.
one,
Yeah,
it'll
yeah, sorry.
take you up another 5%. But the way, I don't know, I'm looking at it going, okay, I don't know, for 2 wands is 50 or $60 worth, an extra 5% on the relics now. And
That's for
I
3
think,
wands.
yeah, I know, I know what you're saying. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, here's what I worry about is the more and more they put this in the game, and I get it, they need the Krakens to keep spending so that it is a game that's going to be out there for all the free-to-play players. But on the flip side of that coin, the more and more they do this and they keep the power creep edge going, like, yeah, it's only 5% here and it's only 5% there. But that's the difference in even some of these free-to-play players standing a chance to even play the game at this point. And I worry that at some point in the future, they're going to keep introducing mechanics. They're going to keep introducing more power creep. They're going to get to the point where the people who are free to play, even if they've been playing it for years, are going to get to the point where it's like, there's no point in me playing this because 50% of the time I'm slamming my head against the wall and I'm getting the mechanics thrown back at me from a wand or whatever. What Gestel said too, I think, for me too, like the relics have been in the game for a year and I don't even have a mythical yet, right? And I've done every single live except for this one, so I've had a chance, and now I do have like 5 or 6 or 7 wands, which is great. That's one of the better relics in the game. But yeah, it's just getting to the point where they got to be very careful because they might lose half their player base if the power creep is so great that yeah, they just don't play the game anymore.
Okay.
Zero, can I jump on the back half of that real quick?
Yeah.
So when the Basalt pack released, I didn't log into Raid for 2 days and was actually genuinely considering saying screw it. Like,
Damn.
I just was like, I don't even know if this game is fun anymore. Like it's just it's unrelenting. There's 0 breaks, and then even if I am trying my hardest, there are people that are spending their hardest, and it just feels like no matter what I'm doing, like Plarium is just putting out the quick fix, the quick buy, like it doesn't. I understand the power creep, and I understand Kraken's going to Kraken, but if there could just be a couple areas of the game where we could be equals, I don't see what the problem is with that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and just to finish what you're saying is I know how much I've spent in this game, and I have welled out, earlier rather than later, right? But I feel like that gap is growing on me because I refuse to keep spending as much as I once did, right? And so, yeah, it's gonna get to the point where it's like I'm looking at the price tag of what I paid, and I'm like, okay, I need to spend double what I've previously given them just to stay caught up. And I know other content creators have said this, like there's never a catch up. Like some of the biggest people have said that there's no catching up. It's just you can spend $1 million and you're never gonna catch up. So I'm to the point now where I'm just like I'm drawing a line in the sand, and I might, I spent a little bit of money the other night to get some boys just to get that dopamine fix, but I pulled a champion that's not gonna help me. And I'm like, okay, well, I just wasted this. Not wasted. I, spent this money on the game, and is it going to change my count at all? No. And do I want to go do this today and go buy a bunch of basalts on top of that? And it's like, no, I'm not. I'm there. So, Blair, you do you, boo boo. But just keep in mind, you keep doing this, and eventually, one day, the game's just going to die.
So,
and maybe they're trying to milk it before it dies. That's probably what they're trying to do.
It can't die until 2028. It has to stay along at least that long.
Oh,
right?
It can stay around, but their player base can leave.
That may be true. I mean, you have seen the ads. I think we talked about it last week. You have seen the ads that are now saying, "Hey, come back to Raid. We're doing all these things different." I had a conversation with a couple of people that when we were discussing this, and they're like, "Look, these guys that are going to buy these, they're going to surpass you. If you don't buy them, and if you don't feed into this, they're going to surpass you. They're going to be out of your tier. They're not going to be your problem, right? They're going to compete against the other ones," which is one way to think about it, right? It is definitely true. And I want to kind of highlight a comment here that was made by Alpha Bravo Gaming saying arena or any PvP game mode will never be equal. I think that's kind of true for almost anything, though. If you're having a pay-to-win element in or any sort of that kind of feature in the game, no matter what you do, it will never be as equal, right? It will never be because, again,
it can be close.
Can it, though? Can it? Because things like this don't affect just arena, right? We will use
before the
these...
mythical champion released it was close.
It was
between the pay to win and the free to play was close, bro. The gap. And I was saying this game free to play friendly.
Okay.
Now it's gonna take you 2 years to get one single mythical, while the guy just purchased like thousands of the primal shard and to get +4 mythical.
I mean, yes, when we're talking like Hydra pre-clashes, that kind of situation, like back in prior to mythicals, prior to mythicals, I say yes. You're 100% right. There was not as much, disparity between the free to play and pay to win. It was basically, the pay to win had the champions and the gear, which gave them a slight edge over everybody else. But yes, you're right. But with this, though, it's not just, again, in PvP. It is definitely in PvE as well, too, because we do use a lot of these relics. Imagining
some of the relics are very good on the PvE, yeah.
Yeah, imagine having the carrot card.
Crown, like it's epic relics actually. If you +8 in that, it's more than Relentless set broke for the extra turn. That's crazy.
So,
but can I say one more thing about this Basalt before we stop? Like, if you can show to the clan shop, level 30 clan, it's not available this rotation, but it's usually on the level 30. When you play the game 8 year, guys, actively, when your clan is reached level 30, you can buy only 3-star Basalt. I know. Yeah, there is like next 5 year when you reach level 28, you can buy the 2-star Basalt. Can we please? I know they are watching us, right? Can we please take some attention, Prime? Can you look this? Like, can you fix that?
I think from what I understand, there is because we did have a conversation before, like it's going to take 20 years for us to hit to a level 12 clan or a level 10 clan to get. They are going to be introducing more clan experience little by little. I mean, you're getting it in
Oh, they're
almost
gonna say
any.
that. Oh, you can buy the clan XP now. 1 year clan XP. There we go. Oh, makes sense. Sorry.
He says buy 1 year clan XP.
They still need to change this level 33 star, like at least 4 star, man. It's kind of like a little bit, like
If
outdated
every
now.
member of the clan spends $100, you can buy 1 year of clan experience.
Yeah.
It might not be a bad idea.
Good idea.
No, I'm just joking. Also, real big shout out to the Curse One for the raid. Sorry, I didn't say anything earlier, brother. I was trying to keep with the flow. But guys, if you're not following the Curse over on Twitch, make sure you click his name and go give him a follow over on Twitch. But yeah, no, I think they're definitely looking at addressing this. We did jump into it a long time ago where they said, oh, it's going to take so long to get to it. Where really, I think it's been 1.5 years, 2 years since they released this. And a lot of the clans have gotten to that situation. So clan experience is going to be, I feel, increased over the next, couple of months, maybe year. But moving back into, to this, the key thing I really want to highlight here is a lot of these guys that are buying these are going to eventually be way out of our league. And if you are the one that is buying these and are trying to compete with them, I think that's where the loss is going to be. And for me this week, I came to a realization where I said, you know what? I'm not for that anymore, right? I'm not going to go after the next power creep. I'm going to go after what I really enjoy in this game. And this is kind of what happened, or how I was forced to see it, is because this will be a problem. Not just both for PvE, but both for PvP. Again, the relics in both game modes are kind of just disgusting. And if we think that this is where it's going to stop, it's not. I urge you guys to think of how many ways they will empower these relics, right? If you thought we were talking about epic champion and legendary champion empowerment, they said, no, we're not planning to do anything like that. How long do you think it'll be before there's some sort of empowerment on relics, right? Or something else. Maybe, it's at a 6-star now. Who knows what'll happen? But with that in mind, I mean, does this kind of discourage you guys from being competitive in both PvE and PvP at all? Or are you just kind of like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do what I do and that's it. And I'm going to keep pushing. Chad, I would love to hear what you guys say. And then let's start off with Ken first. Is this going to discourage you from, being competitive out there?
I mean, the thing is discourage me, like, it's again like the thing I mentioned recently. I believe like lots of people trying to be top 100 right now on the live arena because it's gonna be end soon, right? And all my fight I'm seeing nice stars H2. Like, like I managed to somehow survive against them. I managed to finally kill every single champion on the enemy team except the bird, and 1 versus 4. There is nothing you can do. He's like broken.
Bro,
and
listen,
I'm kind of like,
don't be going after my boy Nias. Like, I think he's well balanced, man.
I mean, I faced the crypto a couple of days ago. He wasn't using Nice, and I beat him. So just saying.
Bro, I faced crypto, and I was just like, yeah, I'm like, whatever, bro. Just go, just go. I'm not even gonna try.
Enjoy your meal, right? I mean, no, man, it's not really discouragement, like because like I know I'm not spending money. I mean, I'm not spending money, so I know my limit. I still trying to do my best. Like obviously I know. I don't know, like 70% of the time, whenever I face this kind of teams, I know I'm going to lose. I know there is a power creep, and there is nothing I can do about it. What can I do, man? I still enjoy the game. You can still enjoy the game, guys, without spending money. Like it's just you need to be accept a couple of things. You cannot be competitive with this guy. You guys cannot be win your tournament leaderboard. Like you guys need to be just accept that and just enjoy the game. Like there's nothing wrong with that, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think that's the realization I came to this week was just I'm not gonna worry as much about being competitive because you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't compete with the cryptos and stuff like that are, what I make in a year, he's spending in a year on the game, right?
Yeah, there's always bigger fish, right?
Exactly. And even I stole his Nias early on to make sure he didn't have him, but he stole my Marichka. So he damn, that Hedgie actually like beat right through my stone skin on everybody.
The
So
He
thing
didn't
is,
mind. I don't know.
like the thing is about power creep and everything is, I get it and I respect it, and I definitely agree with you, Ken, about just accept it and play your game. The problem that I have is that everything that they're introducing to the game is pitting us against each other, aka
competitive
pitting us
feature.
against people who spend.
Yeah.
And so it's like
You know, if
Siege,
you didn't
you're
spend, if your
screwed.
enemy
Like,
spent, exactly.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like Siege, you're cooked. CVC, you're screwed. Like everything else, live arena, like even classic arena. I mean, classic arena used to be, it was never great, but it was competitive, and like
Yep.
you could push plat. I've been trying to push plat since I got back. I don't have an account that is bad, but you get up to that last, before reset, you get up to that last like 20 points before you get into plat, and it's like Marishkas and Siegfrieds everywhere, and like nice and just all of it, and you're like, there's no way I'm getting through this, and because I don't have that. So, but it's just if I would be totally fine not winning tournament groups and totally fine, not taking every CVC win, but it feels like every CVC I'm going up against somebody who's dropping 3 million like on their own. And it's like, and I get it, man. Like, congrats. Like, I'm glad that your lifestyle affords that to you. Like, I'm not taking away from anybody and I'm not insulting anyone. It's just like, it would just be nice if it was like the Kraken tier and then the rest of us got to play the game.
Veil.
I think on that though, it's more of the matchmaking that needs to be fixed because there's such manipulation in the system.
Yeah, and they do it on purpose.
Right. That's what causes the issue. And where you just said they're doing it on purpose, it is done on purpose because they feel like, a sound strategy is let's frustrate the player base as much as possible, losing.
Well, it's working.
What solves that issue for them? If you're too frustrated and you want to beat something, you're either A, going to say, screw this, I quit, or B, you're going to bust out that credit card and you're going to buy that thing to try to give you that edge. And that's kind of what they're hoping for, right?
I mean, 100%. That's the business model. Like, I agree.
So, yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's like, you know what? I started moving towards the Ken side and just saying, I'm going to play the game. I'm going to enjoy it. And that's it. I'm not going to chase the next best. I mean, I'm going to chase the turtles because they're limited time champions and stuff, but I'm not going to chase the, do I want to compete with the top 100? No, I'm just going to have fun. You know what? I'm going to build my champions to the best of my ability on my account. And I'm going to have fun in arena. I'm going to have fun in Hydra. And that's really it, right? That's what I'm looking for. Yes, I will try to push new PBs, but I'm done running. I told my clan leader, I said, listen, I'm done running full manual keys on Titus. I'm not going to spend 3, 4, 5, or 10 resets because my Titus was the second one eaten. I might do 1 or 2. If I get 8, 7, 9 billion, that's kind of where I'm going to stay at, right? And he was like, listen, I understand that and I respect that because it is a burnout, right? And I think that's the thing is, if you're just playing the game, let me ask chat, how many of you guys just play the game to play the game? And how many of you guys play the game to be competitive, right? That said, 0. Zero. What about you, man?
Yes.
Are you going to be competitive still? Are you looking to be competitive? Or are you just kind of like, I take what it is?
No. And I am in a bit of a unique situation where I just started my new job, so I have a lot less time to play the game than I once did. And so I have to kind of factor that into my thought process too. And I look at this as I do like to be competitive, and I do like to, especially for a game that I've spent so much of put my life, my time into, right? And I'm trying to think back on like several times that I've done this throughout life with different games. But like I know like Guild Wars 2, and I probably did thousands of hours into that, and I enjoy the competitive aspect of that. and then they introduced more power creep in the game essentially, and I was like, okay, after about 3 or 4 or 5,000 hours playing this game, they've added this power creep, and now this is more stuff I need to just double down that time. I'm just not going to do it. I quit, and I did it. And guess what? You'll appreciate this with Smite too. They introduce different things in the game, and Smite's one of those where you have to get the mechanics down of the champion that you master essentially, and several times they would adjust the relic system or the gear system in the game, not necessarily power creep, but I guess it's power change, if you will, and it like completely nerfed the champions I mastered and that I got really good at, right? And I was like, okay, you've gotten my thousands of hours of playing this game and me trying to be competitive and enjoy it, and now you've completely taken that away from me. So I look at it this way, and that's why I said what I said earlier, is it's a very fine line right now, and I have less time in my life, and I'm definitely spending a lot less money. And if they keep doing this, I do like to play competitively, but I'm kind of what you and Ken said. Is like I can't compete anymore. I'm like that with the faction wars. I know Blazing, you just completed it, but I'm like, I really want to get Polaris because I enjoy those mechanics of the game. However, I don't have time to grind the way they want me to grind it, and it's too hard of content. So I'm just like, I don't care anymore.
Right.
So that's where I'm at.
Okay. King,
I
what
don't
about
care.
All right. Fair point. Fair point. King, what about you?
Am I still playing competitively?
Are you still playing to be competitive, or are you taking the stance
mean-
of just, I'm going to enjoy and be it as it is?
I would love to take the stance of just playing to play, but in this game for myself, that would just mean not playing. Because there's just always something happening all the time, and FOMO is something that I definitely struggle with. And it's just like,
Let me kind of rephrase the question here, because the FOMO of missing out on an event is one thing, but I guess I should be a little more specific with being competitive in like Arena or Hydro Clash. Because for everything else, you don't really need to be competitive, right? You could essentially, if you're not doing Hydra Clash, you don't need to do stupid damage on Hydra. You could just one key and be over and done with, right?
yeah. So I hear what you're saying. So like when it comes to like PvP and everything, yeah, I'm still gonna try. I'm still gonna try my best. I mean, I'm still gonna spend the time to build my champs and try to get the W. I don't do it to lose. I do it to win. I've never been a lose 3, win 1 for free type of player in live arena. And I don't like losing, and I especially don't like losing on stream. So I try to keep myself pretty chill, but there's been a couple of times where, oh, look at that, there's something going on. I guess I'll raid us out and keep it moving. So, but yeah, I want to win. I like winning. I play this game because I like getting my teams faster. I like getting my wins easier. I like to win. So that's the way I play the game.
So you play the game to be competitive. So you're still on track to be.
That's why I get so yeah. I mean, that's why I get so tilted, is because I like to win.
And that's perfectly fair. You know, I came from a background in World of Warcraft where I was always competitive, always in like a top clan or a top guild and whatnot. We were always pushing server first and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, you can't do that. You can do that in a subscription-based game where it's, you know, skill-based and knowledge-based, but not in a game like this where it's, you know, without spending a small fortune.
Yeah, exactly. And so I played World of Warcraft too, and it was like, there are people, dude, they pay $15 a month to fly around and pick flowers all day long.
Yep.
And then there's guys like me that are Mythic rating, running, you know, keys in Mythic Plus all day long, every day long, the same dungeon over and over and over. And it's just like beating your head against the wall. And that was the reason that Raid was appealing to me, was when I started playing Raid Shadow Legends, it was like, oh shit, like I could go run Dragon 20 and I'm doing it in 3 minutes. Now I'm doing it in 2.5 minutes. Now I'm doing it in a minute 30. And like, how fast can I get this? And then It's always the appeal is just to always be getting faster and getting easier. And so that's why when these power creeps happen, it's like, oh, now I'm losing momentum. I'm getting behind. So I just get super in my head and get super frustrated every time it happens. No matter how, it could be the platinum pass, it could be basalts, it can be, the Ninja Turtles event where people are crafting mythical relics, and I'm like, I can't even get mythical mats to try and get a craft. Like,
Right.
it just is. It's the way I play the game.
Right. PJ, I'm
Yeah.
kind of interested to hear from you. Go ahead, Zero. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say one thing just in relation to Live Arena that's related to the Basalt is it's already disheartening when you match up against someone, at least where I'm at, and you see the +4 Siphy, 6-star Awakened, and then all the other champions are coming in and they're like all 6-star Awakened, all +4 champions, and it's like, wow. And now just to add this whole Basalt thing to it, it's like, okay, now you're gonna have rank 5 or rank 6 relics in the back end, and you'll never see it, but you'll certainly feel it against those people. So that alone is disheartening, which is probably one of the reasons why they don't even show us what the relics they have on, because that's one more kick in the nether region. If you knew.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, and I will tell you though, from experience, it's not always the big issue. They could have all the +4 and all of that, but some of the times if they don't know what they're doing, it's kind of like it's a waste. And I'm looking here for like I think this is it. No, I'm looking for a screenshot here of somebody I went up against who has a crazy Kraken account. And I've gone up against him twice, and both times I've destroyed him when he's coming in with like +4. This is the account right here. This guy's got 109 million player power, and I've gone up against him twice. He had all empowered, mythicals, 6-star blessings and everything, and both times he's lost to me. I'm looking for the screenshots here of the wins, but I don't see them in my thing. That's it. PJ, you are in a clan that is very competitive. And I'm curious to see, is this going to change your mind? Are you still planning to be competitive as you used to be?
No, it doesn't really change my mind. I guess the way that I look at being competitive is I definitely am competitive, but I kind of have realistic expectations of what I can do, and with the amount of money I spend, what I can do. So like in Live Arena, for example, if I go up against someone that has fully awakened +4s and I lose to them, I'm like, okay, I mean, they probably spend hella money. They should probably beat me. And if I beat them, then I'm like, holy shit, I just beat a Kraken. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
So I kind of try to look at it as like a double win either way. If I lose, it's okay. And if I win, then even better. And yeah, same thing with like Chimera and Hydra. I'm still going to be going for, because a lot of it is also personal records, right? Like we're talking about competing against other people, but you can also compete against yourself. Everyone has PBs, PRs, whatever you call it. So you can try to do that, get better each week, try to get a better result. The kind of like with the basalts they added, one of the reasons why I didn't buy them is because I was like, okay, well, they added the 4-stars into Chimera, they added them into these other areas, so I can either buy them now or I could work and grind and I can get them that way. It's going to take me longer. Really what they added with adding them to buying is they saved a lot of time. People don't have to wait now weeks and weeks and weeks for the Chimera to reset for Live Arena and stuff. So it sped up the process. So it's like I could wait or I could do them now. But now that they added them, I can do it that way. So yeah, I'm still going to be competitive. But it's, I guess the mindset that I have is I think a lot are kind of different than other people's.
Okay. Kessel, same question to you, because you just joined CHQ1 and they're pretty competitive, at least in a lot of the game modes like CVC and stuff. So what about you?
Well, what I'm hearing a lot of you guys say right now is basically the same sentiment I had back when Soulstones came out. I was like, I cannot keep up with these fools. There's no way I'm gonna be able to keep buying these soul stones and have 6 stars right away. So either I quit or, man, I still have a pretty strong account. Like, let me just roll with it. I'm not gonna be spending money anymore. Let me roll with it and see where it goes. So I've kind of been in that mindset for a while now. It's not like I don't spend anymore, but like I really like very, very, very reduced. So I'm still in that mindset, man. Like, I do like the game. I do like the competitive aspect of it. I don't mind that accounts are crazy bigger than me, then, because like a lot of what you guys already said, like if you beat them, you feel like a king, and if you don't, it's like, yeah, bro, that guy spent so much more than me. Who cares? Like, you could just shrug it off, right? But it's made me like try to look at every little aspect of my account, every little upgrade, anywhere I can get an edge. I try to do with what I got, and that's what I roll with. And if I lose, man. Like, I'm not 20 anymore. I don't get all hot headed and freak out and like I gotta win everything, right? But I am still super competitive, and I like to win, but I try to lose with grace now.
Yeah. So yeah, there's the screenshot here, Zero. They could have the +4 CVs and stuff like that, but if they don't know how to play the account, bro, it's really, really bad. But
That's
yeah,
my
so
account. I'm just joking.
Yeah. You wish.
Gaslighting copium.
109 million player power.
Yeah, I mean, and that one's weird because they have a low. They just haven't been competing and don't know what they're doing. You're right.
No.
It's 7,000, but
I think
I'm
that
going
was
up against
the
the
whole
20,000 points with those same things, and I'm getting destroyed.
I think that was the whole, I'm going to wait till last minute to push because I'm going to get easy fights type of situation.
No, I just meant like their total points was 7,000. That means they haven't been playing live arena.
True.
Like you're at 11,000. I'm at 13, 14. I haven't even been doing it this month. Where are you at, Gessel? He's at 20 something thousand probably.
No, I've had really bad internet issues over especially the last week. So I basically haven't played the last week. I'm like 1250. I'm just gonna finish it off.
Overall,
overall arena points.
Overall, yeah, I'm at like 22,000.
Yeah, I think like Ken's like 15 or 16 last time I saw him streaming.
22.
21.
Yeah, so there. Yeah, that's crazy, right? So I mean, that's the
Hell
difference.
yeah.
That number shows, I guess, like experience in live arena specifically, right?
So right now,
but you're right. I mean, yeah, that
1345.
person was either a driver or just haven't spent that much time in there. Doesn't know how to play the count. You're right. Yeah. So if you get those, that's awesome. But those ones that have 20,000 points and you get you're going to get smoked.
Right. So yeah, I guess, what comes out of the Basalt sale is, look, we asked for more ways. They gave us more ways. And they said, you know what, it's time. It's been almost a year. We're going to, start monetizing this, which we like it or we don't. I mean, the real big thing I'm not happy about is the Stardust that came along with if you buy it. Cause I'm like, that's like my number one thing is I need more Stardust. I don't care about having a high enough relic. Yes, it gives me more, but I want to be able to level them up and swap them and use them, right? But again, coming on the whole relic situation, it was I'm not going to say time, but it was anticipated that they were going to start selling them. So with that in mind, I mean, if you're one to buy them, cool, great for you. For myself, it just means that I'm not going to be as competitive, and I think it's time that I just enjoy Raid for what it was when I first started to play it, right? I think that might be a thing for everybody else too. Maybe look at your spending habits, maybe look at your, how much time you're spending in game. Is it enjoyable for the time that you spend in the game? Let me kind of discuss a little bit here about, we always QQ about how expensive Raid is to play if you're a pay to win, but I had never really sat down and took a look at how much more players in other countries pay. And so just to give you guys a slight variation here, $59.99 in euros, right? In US dollars, that is $70. So they're essentially buying the same pack here, okay, for $70, $10 more than we are in the United States. Ken, just a quick question for you. What is the currency, or how much does a pack for you cost? Give me a $20 pack that you have currently.
I mean, I have a like small version of it because like if you spend unless the pack is getting smaller.
Yeah.
I'm opening the game right now. Just give me 1 sec.
What is the currency that you have?
Turkish lira.
Okay.
You mean Turkish lira to the dollar? You mean it's $1 is 41 Turkish lira right now?
Well, I'm just curious as to see is it the same? Is it like a $10 difference on a $60 pack, or is it like a $10 difference on like a $20 pack for you? Because that is actually quite insane that it's not the same all the way across. Like the prices aren't adjusted for it to be the same. If you're pay to win in the US, you're way higher pay to win in England.
Yeah. It's a higher. We also have a Texas, I believe. So it's like even you like multiply 41, it's still higher. I don't know why. Probably Texas.
Okay.
So
it's
even worse.
What's a $20 transaction? So I guess what's the gem pack cost you in Lira?
Give me 1 second.
Just tell me the price it's in the game.
Yeah. Just move to the next friend. I will tell you. I'm opening game right now.
So again, being pay to win in the US is a lot more expensive. Now, chat, for you guys, I want to hear what is your monthly gem packs? The $10 gem pack for us cost.
Okay, I got it.
In the country that you're in. Go ahead. How much is it?
It's a 400 Turkish lira, and if we calculate that dollar, I'm gonna give you answer right now.
So you're
it
at
is
$9.64.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
Is
cheaper,
it cheaper
for Ken. So for Ken, it's cheaper. So Ken can be paid to win for cheaper than I can be. just a thought, guys.
Get started,
normally
Ken.
it's $10, I think.
Normally
it's $10, right?
$9.99. Yeah. So you would be, like what, if it was $9.99. So 413 liters.
Oh my bad! It was 400. $3.99 it was. Oh yeah, we also sorry. Ignore me. I already said 400. My bad.
Okay.
I'm bad with the numbers, guys. I'm sorry. Okay.
So for you it would be the same. Let's kind of have a little bit of a discussion though on the pricing, on how expensive it is between country to country to buy some of these. I'm looking here. 20 primals is $119.99 in euros, which is for the US it's $99. So what could you guys afford to be pay to win in some of these other countries like the EU or something? Let's go to PJ first.
Yeah.
You'd be paying $10 more for a $60 pack in a different country. I guess let me ask.
They don't know the difference.
They don't know the difference. Fair. But do you think that Raid should be, adjusting their prices based on where people are located so everybody's paying the same price?
Not the same price. I think they should change it to the where it's located though. Like if you're in a less higher value dollar, it should be brought down to that. Yeah, it should be.
Okay,
changed.
so you're saying if I'm paying, $59.99 in the US, then people, which is $60 worth of, material, or I guess coding zeros and ones in Raid, then somebody who is in the EU should be paying the same amount as me, which, for them might be, actually Australian dollar would be kind of interesting to see. 15.
Well, no, what I'm saying is like depending on where you are in the world, everything isn't like the same value,
Yeah, it's
same
not equal.
pricing. Like Ken's less the dollar or his money is less than ours. So like he said earlier off stream, like he could buy 4 meals at Popeyes for 1 sacred shard. Like in the US, you're not
very
buying
big menu, X large menu.
you're not
Well-
buying that with $20. So like they should adjust the pricings depending on where you are in the world if how much they are.
Okay.
I don't think everyone should be playing the same. Like if you're in the US, you should be probably playing more than if you're playing this game in a less developed country or something. Like
Yeah, it's
Right.
called local pricing, right? I believe they are doing that for Russia, Ukraine, but like for us, like we usually get a local price, guys, especially on the Steam stuff like that. But this game definitely doesn't have a local price.
Right, but I mean, for instance, like the pack was priced in the EU for $59.99, which brings it in US dollars to 70.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but that's because the money is like their dollar is more than our dollar.
Yeah, true.
Fair.
So
Okay.
it's adjusted to in like the inflation of the difference between the currencies economically.
Yeah.
but I'm not an economist here, but the
Yeah, neither am I, dude. We're
are-
supposed to be
and we're
talking about
yeah.
raid, dude. Like,
yeah.
yeah, you got me out here adding and subtracting.
The other thing too to consider, and just let me put my business mind in this conversation real fast, not to butt in, but you also got to think about currency conversions too. So they are
Mhm.
going to get charged on the back end for fees. So there's some baked in stuff, whatever their currency that they want to have in their bank is going to be. So maybe some of that's built into on the prices as well, because there's fees are going to come out of that. And then I will say, just even in the States, the same thing. Like if you and I, Blazin, went to the grocery store, you're probably going to pay a higher price. And that has to do with, I'm sure, fuel prices and energy prices and things like that too. Some of that's baked into the grocery prices. But I will also say, like, states, even in the United States, are not created equal. We could talk about historically why that's the case, but
right,
um,
right.
but
I
like some of the
guess-
southern states, for example, cost of living is a whole lot cheaper. Housing, everything is cheaper in certain
That's what I was
states,
looking for,
groceries and
cost of
fuel and
living.
all that. Yeah, it's cost of living. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I guess
Yeah.
my response to all of that's going to be, guys, this is all zeros and ones. This is
Yep.
digital currency. This is digital. I think I was hanging on Discord with King, and I asked him, I said, hey, how much is the new copy of Borderlands 2? And he was, what did you say it was, like $70?
Yeah, $70 for the base version.
And I said, damn. And then what was your comment to me?
Yeah, it's like an actual entire complete game, not a shard that you're gonna pull a rare champion from.
Right. So I guess my situation to that is going to be is like, well, why, if I moved to, or if I visited London, England, and whatever I don't know, no, England, that's bad. France, right? And I bought something there and I have to use in raid, I have to use euros. It's going to cost me a lot more, right? It's going to cost me $70 as opposed to that. So I kind of like, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it should be just the same price for everybody else, adjusted to whatever your base price is. If you're going to sell it for $70, you sell it for $70, and that should be the base price for every single country.
hey,
especially
Blazin,
because-
if you're paying to vacation in France and you're playing Raid Shadow Legends, you're living life wrong, bud.
I'm just using it as an example. I mean, I did vacation in
know.
Disney and I was still playing Raid and Universal, but that's Florida. But what I'm saying is like, why isn't it the same for everybody else, right? It is definitely a lot more costlier to be in some of those other places, especially where, we know that not everything is the same. Like, yes, there's different things that are in the EU for pay rates and stuff like that. And in the US, I mean, the US, I think the minimum wage, federal minimum wage now is $15. I don't know what it is in other countries, but Ken, what would $15 buy for you where you are right now? An hour.
You asking?
Yeah.
Our minimum wage is not hourly calculated, man. It's a monthly.
So
you
you
just
guys
said
do
$20 would get 6 Popeye things or
No,
whatever.
4.
Or 4
Yeah, it's a
Popeye
20
meals.
It's a 22K right now, the minimum wage monthly.
Okay. So 22,000 liras.
We are working like 7 hours, most
Yeah.
likely each day, six days. So I don't know, you can calculate that.
So 22,000.
Yeah, this is our monthly income. You can calculate that. And how much is it? Yeah, there you go.
$530.
Yeah, and you telling me you spent money on the rate, right? So
Ooh.
Yeah.
Holy
And Blazin
smokes.
wants all the packs to be
this
the
is
same.
minimum wage. Like, you know, like you are
Well, yes.
dishwasher, washer, or stuff like minimum wage. So
Yeah.
of
I
course,
mean,
if you have a better job, you can get more money. But most of the people in Turkey getting minimum wage. So
but I think at that point, like, yes. And I kind of look at this as like, if it was the same thing, because for Ken, he would have to spend literally 10% of his monthly income.
I'm not getting
to buy
minimum
that
wage.
one pack.
I'm working part time, so
Right.
I'm getting half of it.
Yeah, it should be even less.
That's without taxes, right? Because a lot of you guys pay taxes a lot higher.
Of
I think I
course.
was on one person's account where it was like almost a 50% tax on a monthly gem pack. Usually they're advertised for $9.99. It costs $17 after the conversion rate and everything. So it was, almost double of what I'm paying. So I think that needs to be kind of adjusted in Raid. And I think, I might get some hate on for this, but if this was to be done, I think this would actually boost sales because, then Ken or people in Turkey or any other country out there that are living on low income might be intrigued or saying, hey, I'm going to spend here. And yes,
Yeah,
I know that this is
actually on the stream, like whenever I see like Turkish guy, I can understand their name. I'm like, if I see like some mythical champion on it, like +4, I'm like, he has to be like either professor or he must be living on German or stuff like that. I'm making jokes like that. There is no way you are Turkish.
Yeah. So I think like for the long term of the game, especially if they're looking to pick up players or spenders, I think adjusting the price packs is, again, looking at this $530. I'm sorry, but guys, this is what I make on a day, working like 10, 12 hours. That's crazy to
Are you
think.
guys hiring?
No, actually, UPS is trying to buy out people now. But yeah, no, that's kind of crazy to think about. Like, I don't even know. Like, some of my short videos cost that much money, which is kind of crazy. That said, would you guys be in more support for Plarium to kind of keep the pricing overall the same for everybody else, kind of adjusting to what the base cost is, versus whatever it might be? I know PJ said, do you still feel the same way? Like, no, they should leave it as it is, or, what a pack costs here. So if a pack for me here costs $19, right? It should cost 19, equivalent dollars in Turkey.
No, I don't think they should leave how it is. I said earlier, I think they should make it so it's adjusted to the cost of living to wherever country they're doing it.
Okay. Tiger Blood says, I need to travel more. Bro, I don't have enough time to travel. I don't have enough time to do anything. Raid takes too much of my life up. Gessel, what about you?
Well, I'm not an economist, but I did say at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Actually, I do have an econ degree from about 25 years ago. A lot of this has to do with more with the countries, and I think taxes and restrictions. I know a lot of countries you have to pay like a lot more money, or you get taxed more for certain types of games, especially if they're like considered gambling type games.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that's obviously a huge piece in this. I also remember maybe 2 or 3 years ago, a lot of accounts were getting banned, and people didn't, they were kind of, I don't know why I'm getting banned.
Yeah.
They found out that there was like some sort of like they were like able to find the cheapest price based on the country, and then they would change the location and get like the stuff for cheaper. So I'm pretty sure they've done something to prevent that from happening now. So
Yeah, there was
yeah,
currency
there's all
manipulation,
sorts.
which is against the TOS, right?
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the TOS basically says is, look, if your physical address is in the United States, you are
You gotta use.
paying the US price. If your physical
Yeah,
address
exactly.
is in Turkey, you are paying that. But there were people that were, scamming the system, trying to
Yeah.
rig it, and then they were getting a significant amount of a discount, which is
Dude, those were the days, bro. I remember doing that, dude. Like,
I don't want
those
to
were
hear
the
that.
days,
I don't want to
dude.
hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. But yeah, that's against the TOS, and that I agree. Like, but I definitely think that something should be done for that player base that does want to do it or spend in those countries.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like, yeah, I just don't think they have the control over how much it's going to be in every country. Is basically my point. I think there's a lot of government intervention in a lot of the pricing. I think there's obviously tax, like things I probably can't even think about. That's going to be
Right.
that comes to effect. So I don't think there's really any way they could just be like flat rate for everybody around the world. Like I just, it's probably near impossible. I can't even imagine the logistics of trying to sell to every single country around the world, like what that has to entail. So I can't imagine. I just don't feel like they'd be able to do it. I don't feel like they'd be able to do it.
Okay. What about you, King?
So I'm going to read a comment from Modern Thinker where purchases in the European Union, the EU, are subject to taxes, specifically value-added tax or VAT. Digital games and virtual items are generally considered digital products or services, and thus are subject to the standard VAT rates applied in the customer's EU country, which is included in the price displayed to them. So I think that means that they probably are putting the pack out at the price that is equivalent, but then the taxes added after the fact are what's raising that pack up to be what it is.
That may
Plarium's
be
paying
the
the
case.
tax.
I don't think Plarium's paying the tax because, for instance, for us, if,
No, the buyer's paying the tax. That's
The
why
buyer.
the price is elevated.
Yeah.
Yeah, the consumer.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
saying the tax is coming out.
Yeah,
So if you're
cooked
paying
in.
$70 equivalent USD, that tax is getting paid out by Plarium then, right?
No,
To the European.
No,
it's
it's
getting
cooked
paid out
in,
by
and that's
you.
why it's more.
No, the tax is paid
Well,
by
where's
you.
the
So
tax?
it's like us in the States, right? In New
Yeah, but
Hampshire,
Plarium's collecting the money. Plarium's collecting the money.
you're paying
So
the
they have to
tax
pay it out.
where the purchase is made. So
Right. So if you're paying it on top of.
yes.
So that $70 or that $60
Yeah.
European pack.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what that's what I do. I pay $8.25 for Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. So my, $49.99 pack is $54.65 or whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
But
that's how
as
in
far as
California.
as far as to keep the conversation moving, I'm just going to agree with everything that Gestel said.
okay. Hey Ken, just a real quick on a monthly income. On a weekly income. If I'm making 99,000 liras, how would I live in Turkey?
99,000 in like weekly.
Weekly, yes.
Oh wow. You can live like king, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might want to think about that. Let me see.
Bro,
Heard it here
99,000, like, you can
You heard it here
rent
first, dude. Blazen's
home.
relocating.
You can rent a home. It's like very luxury home, and probably like monthly rent is probably still going to be cheaper than 99,000.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Zero, what about you, man, to end off the conversation here?
I don't even know what the original question was. I feel like
do
I'm
you
chimed in.
think that Plarium should adjust the prices so that it's a flat rate across every
No,
currency?
because I mean, you're proving it here. What you're showing, right? Like they're probably saying, "Hey, U.S. should pay more because."
But the
you know,
U.S.
their
isn't paying
minimum
more. The
wages
U.S.
are
is paying
high.
less than almost everybody else. A majority of the player base is in Europe, and they're paying a significant amount more than we are on top of their taxes.
I think it's all taxes.
Yeah, I think it's
know?
all taxes and relative, and you also got to think too.
They
how many
pay a
people
lot more
are-
taxes in Europe than we do here.
I mean, take a
Well-
look at your YouTube demographic videos. How many U.S. viewers are probably paying money in this game too? So, like, it's also a supply and demand thing. It's like, well, hey, if I don't know, I'm picking a number. If 60% of our entire money that we bring in is from the U.S. side of the house, then we are going to offer them a more enticing deal because we can make more money giving them a couple dollars off or something like that. I don't know, but I don't know if that's the case. I'm just making up numbers, so don't quote me on any of that.
Well, I do feel like, especially for if you want to spend in the game in countries like Turkey and stuff like that, you can't really afford it. So I think trying to look at, and like PJ was saying, based to the economy there, it should be changed. But I do get the concern of how people may try to manipulate that system, and I think that's how it kind of needs to be worked on, because we did have that problem in the past.
Can I also talk? You didn't ask
Yep.
me. You
Oh,
I think
sorry,
it was a
Chad.
problem, dude.
No worries. So it's called the local price, by the way, guys. Obviously, there is a couple of things you cannot do local price. You cannot local price the Lamborghini, right?
Mhm.
Because but digital stuff, it's really popular on digital stuff. You can local price it. And the things you guys talk earlier, like some people changing their country, actually not in real life changing country, like try to buy the stuff. It's also create a big problem in Turkey because Steam was supporting local price with the Turkish lira, and 1 maybe 2 year ago they stopped doing that. So we was buying the game with the Turkish lira. Now we can't. We have to use the US dollar as well, and obviously there is still like some. I mean, Steam is not doing that itself anymore, but it's leaving the company. Like for example, Borderlands 4, 2K, they are really aggressive on the pricing, and there is no local price in Turkey. And most of my friends didn't get the game because it's $70. But some companies are support the local price, especially indie companies are doing that. So you can still buy the game if you are living in Turkey a little bit cheaper. But like I said, Raid doesn't have a local price in Turkey. And that's why I'm saying, like whenever I started as well, like there wasn't no local price. I'm like, I'm not gonna spend that, dude. Like there is no point for what I'm gonna get from
Right.
this thing. It's asking like half of my monthly income, and I'm gonna get like what 10 rare champion? No, thank you. Like so. But it's not that easy to, like they need to check the each countries, like obviously we are not economists here, they need to check their income, they need to be check how is the economy looks like the country. It's not easy, man. There's lots of countries in the world. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they do local price, they will definitely gain more money than instead of nothing, I guess, right?
Yeah. No, I think like, we should have a lot more local pricing, and there definitely needs to be a way that it gets monitored so that there isn't a abuse of the system. But with that in mind, like because I think Ken, wouldn't you, I'm sure if you could have some sort of spending in, not saying that you do, but I think you wouldn't have as much gripe, or I guess people wouldn't have as much gripe about spending and this being a pay-to-win game if there was more local pricing, right? I guess that was kind of the thing that I was trying to get off to at the end.
It still depends, though,
Yes, but I mean, like, if your monthly gem pack was actually costing you like, I don't know, 20 liters.
50 lira, 100 lira. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely buy. I mean,
400.
whenever I start the game, I will be spender.
Right. And I think that'd be a better thing. All right. So let's move on to our big bad fusion. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Mr. Cruisin here, who I think did a pretty decent showcase on him. It did have a 6-star blessing, but it wasn't like a damage boosting blessing like Crushing Rend. And I gotta say, I was kind of impressed. Definitely does not give me Ishiyama vibes here. But we've got the new fusion that's starting on Monday, tomorrow, right? Grant Doorkeep. Now he's a dwarf faction champion, or dwarf fusion, legendary HP based. This guy literally reminds me of Samar Jemkers. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yes, no? Ken? Yeah.
I mean,
PJ?
he's green too.
Gaston?
Looks sick.
Samar Jemkers?
Hey, he's got the stuff coming out of him, right? Just like him.
The floating jemmies.
Yeah.
I think
He's
he
a
looks
dwarf, dude. He's a dwarf.
Chat, what about you guys? Do you think he's looking like a Samar Jemkers type of reskin, you know? Zero, what about you? Do you think he looks like Samar Jemkers reskinned?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. And King?
It looks like they're in the same faction.
I don't think he looks reskinned. Yeah, he looks like a dwarf. Aren't they all reskinned of the same thing? They're all dwarfs.
Let's just quickly bring up some
I don't
Jemkers.
I don't think
they
that's
look
a
They're
reskin.
the same. No.
I mean, I don't know.
That feels a little bit. I mean, mythological racist.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
That's like saying all orcs are the same, dude. I don't know, dude. Like,
Yeah, no, they don't look anything alike.
That's good.
I don't know. I kind of feel like it was like, oh well, let's just go with Shema Jemkers with just a little more rocks everywhere on him type of situation.
I'm into it.
Yeah, no, I think he
Be
looks cool.
yourself, dude. Be yourself.
Blazing, they're called little people. No.
I'm gonna get canceled so hard.
I got offended.
You got offended? Well, I mean, he is your height, right, Ken? You're like what, 5 foot?
I'm taller. Guys, I'm not dwarf, man.
Yeah, no, you're not a gnome. You're not a gnome. You're a dwarf. A dwarf is a shorter person. All right, so let's break down the skill kit now. The A1 attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 75% chance of removing one random buff from the target. Will ignore 20% of the target's defense. Books up to 100% of removing a debuff. The A2 attacks all enemies before attacking, gives you an increased accuracy on all allies for 2 turns. Has a 75% chance of placing a decreased defense and a block debuffs on all enemies for 2 turns. Books up to 100% chance with a 3-turn cooldown. The A3 attacks one enemy before attacking, removes all debuffs from the champion, and places a 15% shatter. Now, shatter gives us a 15% ignored defense, and then gives us an increased crit damage on the whole team, so not just himself. Will ignore unkillable stone skin and block damage buffs. If the target is not under any unkillable stone skin block damage, this attack will deal 100% more damage. And if it kills an enemy, it grants you an extra turn. Books down to a 4-turn cooldown. And then the passive, at the start of this champion's turn, removes any fear, true fear, petrification, provoke, stun, freeze, and sleep debuff. I think the only thing it doesn't remove is polymorph. And then increases this champion's damage inflicted against targets with no buffs on them by 20%. We get an all allies aura in 20% for crit rate. All right. So Spirit Affinity, I'm kind of loving this guy. I think, the last Spirit Fusion we had, which was Ishiyama, was not really something to brag about or crazy. I don't know how many of you guys in chat even built your Ishiyama or, went for that fusion. But after looking at some of the playtests here, I'm really kind of excited to get this guy. I think I might even book him right off the rip. That said, Ken, what are you thinking about this guy, man?
It's actually weird. Like, I also see that on my chat. People who watch the Cryson, they love him. Everybody else, they are thinking his multiplier is the bad. I didn't check the Cryson video. I pretty much checked like every content creator friend on the TR3 test server. But Cryson was live streaming whenever I was checking the video, so I couldn't manage to check him. Bro, there is a Cryson level, okay? Like when you build a champion, like you need to know that. Like if you want to see the full potential of the champion with insane stat on that, I believe this is of the Cryson test. Again, I didn't check the video.
So let me just kind of give you a little bit of a breakdown on what Cruisin did. Cruisin did, I think it was like 260, 270 speed. He put a cat's gaze on him, which didn't really work. So because he ignored defense part, so he was only using it for crit damage. He had him at 120k HP. He had a 6-star lightning cage on him, so it wasn't like a crushing rend or anything. And then he had, I want to say it was like 330 crit damage. So an end game build with the stats. Just that's something that players like us have been able
Obviously,
to,
it also depends the team he was using. Like I don't know what kind of team he used. If he cast the decrease defense on the enemy before the champion got a turn, that can be changed the effect. Okay, because like whenever I watch the videos, like I see the similar build as well from the different content creators. His A1 is not, guys. Okay, his A1 skill is not. His A3 skill is hit art, but his A2 skill, attack enemy skill, is not hit art. Yeah. Like I checked like multiple places, and maybe I should be checking the Cryson video tomorrow. Maybe I can check that. It's gonna be late for me. But A2 skill is not hit art, and arena wise, I'm actually thinking to skip this guy.
Okay,
he's not impressed me. And if we are going to talk about the Hydra wise as well, because his A2 skill basically like Ugo, right? Decrease defense and the block buff. Besides that, his A3 skill, which is the first champion in the game, have 15% shader buff. So basically, your rest of your team going to deal going to ignore 15% more defense. So it's like definitely much more benefit, right? But I see like I don't remember the content creator friend right now, but I checked the video. He basically make a same comp, Ugo, and he just replaced Ugo with this champion. That was 100 damage, 100 million more damage. But then we look to the detail of the list, 60 million damage is literally coming from this champion because he's a DPS. Ugo is not DPS. So shader buff is only give like 30 million, 40 million damage. I'm like, what? It has to be more than that. Something has to be wrong. I don't know shader because it's a huge. I don't know. Again, if you guys need for hard fracture more, that can help you. It's still 3 turn cooldown. Decrease defense champion there, I believe there is only one epic champion. Have 4 turn cooldown. Thank you. Cursed can help you. Siege can help you. But arena-wise, I am not impressed about him.
Okay.
I am not impressed about his multiplier.
So you're thinking about skipping?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to Gestel next. Gestel, what about you?
Man, when I first read the kit, I was kind of off him for sure. It not for sure. I almost say I was off him. I was like, got to see the multipliers. HPBs, you never really know. The kit looked interesting. I really like the A1. A1's a 100% chance. One book to remove.
Stealing.
Like.
Or no, not stealing. Sorry,
you need to increase it too.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
So the one thing I really want you guys to keep in mind though is like the A1 is going to be after Shatter goes up, he's going to have a 35% ignored defense. That's without any cat's gaze or without anything else, without Helm Smasher. 35% ignored defense on the A1, and that's a triple hitter.
Too.
That is
no A2.
Yeah, that's an A1 triple hitter. I mean, you're talking essentially deleting anybody with an A1.
That's true.
Go ahead, Gessel. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's a great point because I was actually going to focus more on the removing the buff because that is insanely strong in arena as well. Especially if you can grab like a stone skin or something. Obviously, you're not going to go A1 like right off the bat, right? You're going to probably A3 with him first. But it's just a nice feature to have, especially as like if a fight goes deeper, it's HP based. He's able to be a little tankier than like an attack based champ. The A2 did look insanely underwhelming. I watched Nupkek's video yesterday. The A2 looked bad. It almost looks like more of a debuffer, a buff debuff type of thing. Not necessarily a damage ability, which honestly I don't care about the A2, frankly. The A3 to me is the skill. A3, you're putting shatter not on yourself, you're putting on everybody.
Yep.
Nobody does that right now. Maybe a mythical does, but
there is a dwarf champion, but he has 7.5%.
Krosa does it, I think.
Who?
Osgrin, the ally attack dwarf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dwarf.
okay. There you go. So like it's just it's new, so I'm not gonna say there's not gonna be plenty of other champs, and I feel like it'd probably be better like coming from like a support champ, not necessarily a damage dealer, but shatter. He's giving you AoE shatter. I think that's huge. Plus increased crit damage. I think that's huge as well. But the biggest thing to me, ignores unkillable, block damage, stone skin. That is enormous for live arena, for any arena. I love that, and that alone to me, I think is I want to have that in my kit. I did not want to go for this champ. I wanted to find every reason not to go for him. I feel like I can't miss him. I may never use him. But I feel like the A1 and the A3 and the passive, like not getting petrified, not getting feared, not getting CC'd. I feel like all those could make him like a very viable option for arena. And I don't want to like be kicking myself in the butt for being like, why the hell didn't I just go for him? And I needed to have that extra turtle, right? Like, I'd never used probably. I feel like this is someone who has very good potential to get used situationally, right? But I feel like he's someone that could definitely get used in live arena.
Yeah.
Chat, can I say something real quickly to the guest about the A3 skill? I see some struggle about this A3 skill if the enemy has some thick shield, because this is not ignoring the shield. So he failed to kill them.
Yeah, I don't think he's taking out support like beefy champs, but he's certainly gonna take out Odin's
Fabians
or Armands's damage, other damage dealers. Yeah. So I agree. And it I think I saw that in the video I watched yesterday too.
He is going to be weak affinity against two of like the best mythical nukers, which is Nias and Gizmak, along with Sigfrid as well too. So that might be a little bit of a problem, but maybe if the A3 was like can't weak hit would be great, but then you Ken, what's the relic that you have?
Death Dealer.
So maybe there you go. Death Dealer will be a perfect match for him, right? Just a quick question here to chat. How many of you guys still planning to go for this guy even after all the testing that you've seen? Let's go to King. What about you? Are you going to go for him?
Probably not.
Okay.
The reason why is because I need a break. I haven't been able to stop doing everything at all times since the last Spirit HP champ. And I just don't really see this guy replacing anybody that I already am using.
Okay.
Dwarves are my favorite faction, so that's kind of one thing that's got me hung up. And then with Gestel, I also have to say I am trying to talk myself out of doing the fusion. I may go for him, dude. It's kind of 50-50. I mean, at this point on my main account, like I can do a fusion. I'm not really worried about it, so I'll probably just grab him.
Okay.
But at the same point, it's just I don't think I'm going to use him, and if I do, it's going to be in Curse City for Fire Knight, so I have the 3-hitter A1.
Okay. I mean, Fire Knight seems pretty solid for him with ignored, 35%.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't bring any freeze, so that kind of makes me apprehensive to take him into hard Fire Knight.
Fair point. Zero, what about yourself?
I feel like I just need damage dealers and dwarves, and so I'm probably gonna go for him. The biggest fear that I have with this specific one is what they did with this on Ishiyama, and I think they're due to do that again. What do I mean by that? I mean lock his 5-star soul behind 1 out of 100 people getting it. They did that with
100%.
Ishiyama, and Ishiyama was worthless. So I think that they are due to do that to us again, especially with all the turtles and still giving us
Good point.
opportunity to earn their souls, Donatello, Michelangelo, and stuff like that. So I think they're due for that, and I will say. Because again, HP based snookers, you don't have the attack up or the defense up to boost the damage from the champion. And so if you don't get that minimum 4-star soul for this dude, that's great. You can go for him and you think you're going to use him. If you don't get a 4-star soul for him, he's not going to be usable. So if they do that with this guy, like they did with Ishiyama, it's worthless.
I would say check out the cruising video. Because again, he did it with like a lightning cage, and yes, I get your argument about getting the extra crit damage and the HP. But he did it
would
with
have
lightning
275. He would have 275-ish crit damage without
300. So Cruisin had it at like 330, and that he put a cat's gaze on him, which cat's gaze on an HP nuker doesn't make sense, right? No benefit.
It's basically talent.
Yeah, it's so it wasn't. I would say check that video out just to be on the safe side before you decide not to go for him.
Oh, I'm going to go for him. I'm going to go for him. I'm not saying I wasn't going to go for the guy. I need the damage dealer. I'm just saying what I fear my fear is going to be is they're not going to give us the soul for him like they do. I feel like 8 out of 10 champions that give us an opportunity to all give the souls. And I feel like this is going to be just like because I think Ishiyama is one of the last ones they did. And I'm never going to build Ishiyama if I don't get a soul. So I'm saying I'm going to go for him. I'm going to get him, but I might not ever use him if they don't give us the soul for him.
Okay, fair point. Chat's like, I'm going to skip. People like, I'm just going to FOMO everything. PJ, what about yourself, man? What do you think? Are you going to go for him?
Yeah, I'm definitely going for him, but I'm kind of underwhelmed with how he performed after I first saw him. So I definitely agree with everyone else. I think the A1 is really, really good. Hits really hard. A2 doesn't hit that hard. The A3, I feel like on paper could be so good, but they just didn't do it right. The deals 100% more damage if they aren't under. The unkillable stone skin and block damage should be the opposite. If they are under it, should do 100% more damage. He doesn't do enough damage to kill people if they're under the stone skin or if they're under that. Like I was watching the cruising video, UDK was eating him up. If the UDK has a shield, he was barely doing like 80% damage to him after like the shield was taken off. Or he had 80% total. He barely did like 20% damage to him, I should say. So yeah, the A3 I feel like is very underwhelming. Doesn't hit that hard if they have stone skin block, or at least stone skin. I'm not sure about the other ones, but probably could take out a nuker. But the Marichkas, the UDK is gonna be a pretty hard counter to them. The passive's amazing. I like the passive a lot. Very similar to Fabian. And again, it's like the increasing champion's damage inflicted against targets with no buffs. I get what they're trying to do. Like he brings the block buffs to try to, so they potentially don't have buffs if they put that up. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't think he hits that hard to really use in arena. And then I saw the Hydra stuff. He didn't hit that hard in Hydra. I think he could be good for faction wars. I know one of the faction wars things you need to do 7 buffs on your champions and kill 3 enemies. So he brings the shatter, the crit damage, so that could help you out with increased accuracy. But yeah, I was kind of underwhelmed with the A3. I thought I was really hoping for more.
Okay. I'm gonna echo something Modern Thinker here says. People said and say a lot about Elil, the Void legendary champion. He was great pre-buff and is awesome post-buff. This guy reminds me a lot of him. Just hits hard enough. So, I mean, they are more likely to buff legendary champions. And, I guess I know some of you are not going to want to hear it because I'm looking at the YouTube side and they're like, yep, nope, we're going to dip out with this fusion. But we don't know what's going to happen with these 7 new bosses that we're going to get this year. And that's going to be in just a couple of months, maybe a month,
that's
month
copium.
and a half. He's like, that's copium.
That's straight up cope, because one of the first times I came on the podcast, you know what we were saying that about? Was Ishiyama.
True. You're right.
because
you're right.
Hard
We did.
Faction Wars was coming out.
And, you know, I mean, for myself, I didn't use the Shiyama in Hard Mode Faction Wars. Mostly because
I tried them.
I have Toshiro, so I used him. And I just built a team that supports him, right? But yeah, fair point. Fair point. So I guess we'll see how good he's going to be for a lot of people's accounts. I'm interested to see, how many people are going to go for him and how many people are not.
You talked me
Overall-
into it. I'm going for him.
I talked him into it. Okay. What's going on, Jungle? Congrats on joining Mad Brother. All right, so I gotta share this because DK here is just absolutely kind of sitting here and just laughing at us, pulling 2x voids. I mean, I hate Name, man. I hate Name. Is she like
It's
your
very good.
ultimate ban pick when she comes in?
Dude, what the hell?
I pulled 124 voids and I could not get Name for my life, and But congrats, DK, on that.
I pulled on Annie's elf a few months, about a month back, and I got her Nami when it was on the 10x. And then what she really wanted was a Yumeko, and I ended up getting the Yumeko too. So
Yeah. I think for me,
Yeah, that's
Name
fun.
is like my number one ban pick because it's like, unless if they pull if they automatically start with like Name Nias, I'm like, you know what? She's my ban pick. That's it. I can't deal with both of them because Nias is like my block damage counter. All right, so
You can use the fusion.
that's
He's a good
true.
bullet
Hey,
damage.
you know what? Now I can use the fusion. That's right. They made the
Bad
problem
affinity.
for Name. No, she's void.
No, bad affinity.
Why? She's
The
void.
the fusion is bad affinity for. Oh, you're talking about for
For-
nice.
For Nias and
Yeah,
her. For Nias, he's
Yeah.
a bad affinity, but for her, he's not.
Yeah, I was talking about
So-
for nice.
Everybody's bad affinity for nice, dude.
Nias
No, I'm
is
joking.
everything is bad.
That's
for
what he was
Nias,
talking
man.
about. He was talking about nice.
Yeah, he's talking about nice and Nime. He says Nime. I thought it was Neve. I don't care
Yes,
though.
Yeah, it was
Neve,
nice.
yeah.
Raid
Sorry.
naming people weird shit.
Yeah, Raid, please try to be
Yeah, dude.
dyslexic friendly with the names.
Next champion, dude, Bob. Let's fucking go, dude. Like,
Oh, and you know what? There's a little running joke between one of the guys that I play or still plays Raid. He used to be my editor, Bob. I think he should be the exact same skill kit as Husk, just a little more empowered, and name him Bob because he loves Husk as a champion. That said, Ken, where can people come and find you, bro?
Finally, Kenpachi, both YouTube and the Twitch. I'm going live every single day at the Columbus Reset. Thank you.
Awesome. Hey, Muscles guy down there, Zero Brew, where can people come and
I'm
find you?
stretching. Yeah, Sunday, Tuesday, Friday on the Twitches and the YouTubes, and of course Zero Brew on the YouTubes. Got the videos going out, so much love.
Awesome. King, what about you? Where can people come and find you, bro?
you can find me on twitch.tv/king_copium and on YouTube, King Copium RSL.
Awesome. Gessel, what about you? Where can people come and find you?
Internet permitting, I am at Gessel Gaming on YouTube, and so I've had horrible internet the last couple of weeks. I apologize.
California, bro.
but
It's
yeah.
California.
It is, and when it gets hot out here, just the infrastructure goes to crap. So I'm hoping that's what it is, and it's cooling down. So hopefully, internet will be good. But
Awesome.
2 to 7 Sunday through Friday. Gessel Gaming. Thank you.
Awesome. PJ, where can people come and find you?
XPJE, Twitch, YouTube. Come check it out.
Awesome. Hey, King, what you got for a shout out for me, bro?
For a shout out today, I am going to do Zenitram Okram. He is a bit of a variety streamer, but he does stream quite a bit of Raid Shadow Legends. He's also a clanmate of mine. He's newer to the game, so if you enjoy backseating, he loves it too because he can use the help. But the style in there is great, so he's a great guy. Please go drop him a follow. He's an awesome person.
Awesome. Zero, what about you? What you got for a shout out for me?
I I was not prepared. Let's shout
He thought I was going to
out-
steal it again.
Yeah, no. Skip me. Come back.
Okay. Ken, what about you?
Let's shout out the NS Dündet. He's also the streamer friend, guys. He's playing many different games, mainly on the Raid Shadow Legends. Let me put his link over there. So if you guys hit the follow, that will be great.
Awesome. Gessel, what about you?
I'm gonna give my man Handy Scorpion Fish a shout out. He was hanging out with me in stream Friday night. A lot of fun. If you were there to check it out. He is the leader of CHQ. He's done tons of great stuff with that community. He's brought a lot of he's done a ton of stuff. We got a lot of good stuff happening there, and he's kept me around, which is great. But just generally an awesome dude in the community. Supports a lot of the channels. Very, very generous. Just a really amazing dude. So shout out to my man Handy.
Awesome. Zero, you got something for me now?
Yeah, let's just go with our boy Pogo Pinktai. He just got back from surgery. I don't know if he's home yet or not, but I know he had a major situation in surgery. He's been in and out of the hospital. I think he just passed some of the tests that he needed to pass, but he's been in the hospital, and his family streams on his behalf
awesome.
while he's in the hospital. So I don't think he's ever missed a day of streaming. So at some point in time, in a 24-hour period, if you go to that link, Pogo Pinktai, you can catch up one of his streams, and he'll be in the hospital on his phone telling his family members what to pull and what not to do and stuff. It's quite
That's
entertaining. So
That's
give us
Good
a
time.
That's what you call devotion right there. That's what you call
Exactly.
devotion. He's not a quitter.
Yeah.
He's not a quitter.
Yeah, tell me you have FOMO without telling me you have FOMO while you're in the
Or
hospital.
addiction.
Pogo FOMO pink tie, dude.
Yeah, FOMO pink tie. Yeah, exactly.
PJ, what about you, bro? What you got for a shout out for me?
We're gonna give a shout out to Bard Games. He's an awesome dude. Loves the theory crafting. He's been streaming late nights. Check him out. Don't follow. Good vibes over there.
Awesome. And I'm gonna give a shout out to one of the community members, which is Being Useless. He hangs out in almost every one of our streams, and I will tell you guys, there are times where if people don't show up or aren't active, whether they're in your chats or whether you don't stream or anything, I get DMs like, bro, what's going on with him? Where is he? Why is he not doing? As a matter of fact, I got one for King Copium a couple of days ago, was like, where is he? What's he doing? I'm like, well, real life. But yeah, shout out to he's cooking. Shout out to Being Useless, man, who's a great community member. He's a great mod for us here over on YouTube and Twitch. And just genuinely cares about the community, even though I try all the time to get him to leave his clan and move on to come to my clan because I'm a little greedy. He says, no, I'm sticking through. I love my community. I love the player base, and that's what he's here for. Twitch side, we are going to raid out to Mr. Ennis the Undead, who is doing a subathon on Twitch. So when we go, make sure you guys wish him, a happy birthday. We talked about a lot of fun things today. As always, guys, much love, much appreciation. Be safe.